minutes, Dave. 24 minutes, Dave. We did it, Dave. 24 minutes, baby.
2 on the right side, 1 on the left.
No cap, at least tonight.
Darvin, is there any way you could just convince the players that every game is an in-season tournament game? Seems like it really played well in all 4. But how about tonight specifically? Where did you see that juice in the first quarter, and how did they carry it through?
I just think it started with our defense. Things we talked about pregame, our pregame walkthrough, the film, things that we've been struggling with all year. I mean, they still got their fair share of offensive rebounds, but in those initial minutes, those initial segments of the game, I don't think it was as blatant and as harmful to us. And that's a part of our game we've been trying to get better at, started the defense, enter the defense, transition through the half court to finishing the defense with a defensive rebound. But I thought our guys came out with unbelievable energy, effort, getting stops and running the other way. And that's the other thing that was really, really impressive is just the pace in which we play with, our deep outlets, kick-aheads, early attacks, passing on time, on target in the pick and roll, our big guys or whoever our screeners were rolling hard, and the ball movement, getting to a second and third side. I thought it was incredible. So it's a great, great step in the right direction, and us not only, securing anything for the in-season tourney, but just us coming together and constantly trying to, get better at being together and playing the right way.
Any early indicators about Reddish in the groin, how serious it might be?
Not as of yet. The doctors will look at him tonight and continue the process of treating that, and then we'll know more in the morning.
And just as a follow-up, you could argue you're without your 3 best point-of-attack defenders. With Vincent and Vanderbilt almost also out. You started Christie in the second half. Just wondered how you thought he looked and where you think he can pick up some of that slack until one of those guys returns.
Max is a really bright young player. It's a part of us, going to be a part of us for a long time. Just him learning how to navigate screens on the ball. He's really good off the ball, navigating screens, but on the ball. Just talking him through it, he tends to get a little preoccupied with whoever's screening him as opposed to getting into the ball and dictating where the ball handler goes. And so we'll continue to work with him, but that's a bright young player, someone we're really excited about, and I'm happy to see, unfortunate circumstances obviously, but happy to see him get his beak wet a little bit and get out there and get in the fray.
Darvin, beyond tomorrow being your 6th game in 9 nights and second night of a back-to-back and being able to save LeBron James minutes, only plays 24 minutes, that being a benefit of winning in this fashion, how beneficial is it to you and your coaching staff to get a fourth quarter like you did tonight as you're in this evaluation period that's kind of been elongated because of injuries to get to see some stuff that you really haven't gotten to see in a game thus far?
I mean, it's great, and man, especially against a ball club like that come at you. And we've all had nights like that, been on the wrong side of nights like that. But whenever you can get guys touches and allow them to get their rhythm going, we're a little shorthanded, so some of our main rotation guys have to stay in for an extended period of time. But that said, just constantly working on our execution. No one out there trying to isolate and stack numbers, but continuously playing the right way. And again, guys being able to see the ball go in for themselves, get into a good rhythm. And Max getting some really good minutes, not knowing, we'll find out what's going on with Cam, but, Max could be deep in the, really prominent in the rotation come the next game. So it's good to see him get extended minutes, but you have to just really break down that time with that type of deficit within the game. You just got to be smart and work on your execution and continue to build habits defensively.
Darvin, how pleased were you just in general knowing, Utah doesn't have Kessler, with how physical you guys were and how well you guys use your size in this game?
Well, that's a huge presence. Kessler, he brings a lot in terms of his running, his rebounding, his shot blocking, his finishing around the rim. Really talented basketball player. So there's a big hole in the middle of their lineup, but Whoever is playing for them, we try to make it about us in terms of how we have to come out and approach the game and how the things we need to do to execute. Obviously, you have your certain points within the game plan that you got to execute to try to make it difficult for your opposing team, but it's also about how you best present yourself on both sides of the ball.
Darvin, how do you wrap your head around LeBron hitting 39K with points and just knowing that he can obviously create even more separation after breaking Kareem's record last season?
Like I said, it's special before the game. We should all be appreciative of what we're witnessing. It's only 39,000, not 40, so he didn't get the game ball tonight. He gets 40K, he'll get the game ball.
What does it do to your offense when you guys are able to shoot threes like you did tonight?
It just opens everything up. I mean, I want all our guys to be positive and confident in their shot, even though certain guys are struggling a little bit, not hitting their mark. But at the end of the day, we want to play fast, physical, and free, and with force. And so those same looks, I want them to keep taking them. But when you see them going down, that means, the defense has to shift less, and they have to be more accountable for guys who may not necessarily have the ball in their hands at the time. And it opens up driving lanes. It opens up space for our roller to get downhill after he sets a screen. And in transition, it opens up lanes for early attacks. So anytime you guys shot making, it's definitely going to make life easier offensively.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, Christian, first of all, just individually, where are you starting to learn about where your shots are going to be, especially when you're playing in lineups kind of next to LeBron and AD? How different is it from the past, and how are you starting to figure out what spots you want to get in?
Very different. I think, this year for me has been different than any other team I've been on. I'm playing a different role than I've ever played before. But, the coaches see that, I'm trying to do, the little things, whether it's scoring or whether it's not scoring and whether it's rebounding or affecting the game in other ways. I just, try and be a positive on the floor.
So some of your passes from kind of that high-low situation have been notable as well.
Mm-hmm.
What are the reads that you're trying to make when you get out there, and how much the defense is playing?
I mean, my first option for me is just to score in the pocket. If I don't have that, then I look at the dump down or whoever's pulled in on that weak side. And if the weak side is pulled in, I think I had one to Jax. I had another to Max Christie in the corner. So just trying to find those guys.
So waiting to hear how much time Reddish might miss. I got a couple other guys banged up.
Yeah.
How do you look at it just in terms of the next man up thing, and what role in which spots that you can add more?
Yeah, like you said, it's next man up mentality. I think with the depth that we have on this team that. Whether it's Rui or whether it's Max, I think he got to start at the half today. Those guys are going to step up and be big because, everybody believes in everybody.
Hey, Christian. In some of your past stints, there's been a lot more minutes where you've been the only big guy on the floor. What's it like playing with both Jackson at times and also having AD as kind of other real big men to man the paint with you?
They're two totally different players, so two different play styles with AD. Just trying to feed off of him. If he gets doubled, then I think he had a pass to me today. I could be that cut guy at the four, or whether it's Jax, if he's in a high pick and roll, I could be that space guy to shoot the three. So it's kind of mixing it up with those two. But overall, I think I played both positions very well.
Christian, just as you guys clinched a spot in the quarterfinals of the NCAA tournament with tonight's victory. Just have you felt a different level of energy in these games? So you guys have, I think, won by an average margin of 18.5 points in your in-season tournament games.
I think we've been making it an emphasis. I think the guys on the team really want that money. So definitely playing harder, paying attention to detail. Just guys are coming together. We really haven't had everybody on the team yet. Not some guys haven't been healthy. We haven't had a whole team, but. Everybody's picking each other up, and guys are stepping up.
Hey, Christian, I know you've obviously spent a lot of time in Vegas, and this being the first year of the in-season tournament, what do you think the buzz will be like once the games start, get playing there? I think you're going to see a lot of purple and gold shirts in there, especially it being so close to California. The atmosphere, I think it's win or go home, right? Yeah. So it's gonna be fun.
Christian, you'll see Dallas tomorrow for the first time. I guess. How excited are you to play them? And as a guy who's experienced this, as you moved around this league, like what have you learned about not maybe getting too hyped when you see a team that I'm sure you really want to have a good game against?
Just being ready, playing my role, not trying to do too much. I know it's my former team, and I definitely want to go at those guys. But just being calm, staying patient, playing my game, letting the game come to me, and trying to find a rhythm on the floor because I've been trying to do that, for this whole season so far.
Christian, not the nitty gritty of contract stuff, but if you guys win the in-season tournament, $500,000 is a bigger percentage of your yearly salary than maybe some of the other guys. Is that something you or maybe some of the younger guys have thought about or verbalized? Like, it's a pretty significant percentage, not just $500,000.
Yeah, I mean, for the younger guys, it's amazing. They get that money to take care of their family. Their family could take care of their family. So it's big. For me, I've been in the league for a long time. So I'm trying to save it as much as I can. Who wouldn't try and save that much money? But it's a big time for the young guys, and we're going to try and do it for them.
Hey, Christian, playing with LeBron this season, what kind of additional perspective and appreciation do you have for him as opposed to when you played against him?
He's incredible, man. I can't really put into words his, for me getting here, him waking up in the mornings, the way he carries himself on the court, off the court, how he takes care of his body, his preparation before every game. It's incredible to do what he does at 38 and still score, rebound, assist, and I think he should be in the MVP race because he's 38 years old. What person do you know at 38 has been doing what he does? And today 39,000 points it's incredible.
Just as far as Dallas, wonder what the scouting report that you have, from being there and defending Luka and the element that Kyrie brings and kind of like the best way to attack. What's the headliners for you there?
It's hard to stop Luka. You could really just contain him. He's gonna do what he does. Kyrie's gonna be Kyrie. I think it's more so on us just playing how we play. I think we've been having a good pace. We won the first quarter. I think we won the half today. Trying to do that again and repeat that. Not so much worried about individual players, just staying with the team concepts.
Thanks, Christian.
Oh, good. Thank you, guys.